Hey there, fellow wealth builders. You know what's truly fascinating about wealthy people? They don't manage their money the way most of us imagine. While the rest of us are chasing the next big cryptocurrency moonshot or glued to stock market tickers hoping for overnight riches, the truly affluent are sticking to a system that's so straightforward, it almost feels too boring to be true. And you know what? That's exactly why it works so damn well. My name is Nick, and I've dedicated years to studying how individuals with serious financial firepower actually handle their finances. What I've uncovered might surprise you. It's not about insider investment secrets or elite hedge funds. Nope. It's a basic formula that literally anyone can apply. This isn't some pie-in-the-sky theory or motivational fluff. It's a proven framework for building real, lasting wealth. The best part? It's so simple you could start applying it before your next paycheck hits your account. But here's the kicker that makes this even more intriguing. Most folks believe wealth management is this labyrinth of complexity, because that's precisely what the financial industry peddles. The more convoluted they make it seem, the more you'll shell out for advisors, apps, and services to handle it for you. In reality, the core principles of wealth building haven't budged in decades. They're straightforward enough to explain to a teenager. The wealthy get something fundamental that slips past most people. It's not about how much cash floods into your bank each month. It's about what you do with it once it's there. You could be raking in 6 figures and still live paycheck to paycheck if your management game is off. On the flip side, someone earning half that can amass serious wealth by following a smart system. So, let's dive deep into the 15-10-65-20 rule and unpack how it all clicks into place. The numbers break down into percentages, each with a laser-focused role in your financial ecosystem. Think of it as a foolproof recipe for success. You wouldn't whip up a cake by dumping random ingredients and crossing your fingers, would you? Same goes for your money. The 15%, investing in your future self. Let's kick things off with the first number, 15%. This is hands down the cornerstone of the whole system. It's the slice of every dollar you earn that you tuck away exclusively for your future self, not for rent, not for Netflix binges, not for that impulse gadget buy. This money's sole mission, to hustle for you around the clock, even while you're catching Z's. I get it, 15% might sound steep, especially if you're already juggling tight budgets. But stick with me here, because grasping the dual powerhouse purposes of this 15% will flip your perspective and make it way easier to commit. Purpose number 1, building your financial safety. NetLife loves lobbing unexpected fastballs your way, doesn't it? Your car conks out right after bill-paying day. A surprise medical bill lands in your mailbox. Your boss announces layoffs and suddenly you're job hunting. Without a buffer, these aren't just annoyances, they're full-blown crises. You're not only fixing the issue but scrambling for funds, often turning to credit cards or loans that haunt you for months or years. But with that 15% in play, these curveballs turn into minor bumps. You tackle the problem, dust yourself off, and keep rolling, maybe even sleeping sounder, knowing you're prepped for whatever's next. Purpose number 2, the magic of compound interest for true wealth building. Now, this is where the 15% gets exhilarating. It's the differentiator between mere financial stability and genuine wealth accumulation. This isn't cash languishing in a low-yield savings account. It's capital deployed to generate more capital. Enter compound interest, finance's ultimate superpower. Einstein allegedly dubbed it the 8th wonder of the world, and even if he didn't, the idea nails it. Your money earns returns, those returns earn their own, and boom, a snowball effect turns humble sums into fortunes over time. Let me illustrate with a straightforward example that'll reshape how you view starting early versus procrastinating. Meet Sarah and James, 2 folks eyeing wealth but with contrasting timelines. Sarah invests $10,000 at age 30 in assets yielding a conservative 6% annually, lower than historical market averages. She adds zilch more for 20 years. By 50, her $10,000 balloons to over $32,000. James waits till 40, then pumps in $2,000 yearly for a decade, totaling $20,000 at the same 6%. At 50, his pot sits at about $28,000. Mind-blowing, right? Sarah put in half the cash, but ended up richer, all thanks to those extra 10 years of compounding. No additional deposits needed. This hammers home why kicking off the 15% early is gold. Even modest amounts explode with time. And compounding ramps up. Year 20's growth dwarfs year 5's. So, where should this 15% land? Not all spots are equal, and the wealthy leverage government perks for efficiency. Tax-advantaged accounts supercharge returns. If you're employed, snag any employer retirement match. It's free money, often a 100% instant ROI pre-investment. Contribute enough for the full match. If they cap at 5%, and you're at 3%, you're ditching cash like ignoring half a $20 bill on the ground. Beyond that, tap individual tax perks. In the US, traditional or Roth IRAs. In the UK, ISAs. These let gains grow tax-free, adding tens of thousands lifetime. Wealthy strategy, max these first, then regular accounts. It's government-subsidized wealth building. For the investments themselves? The rich keep it yawn-inducingly simple. Skip hot tips and market timing. Opt for passive index funds tracking broad markets. You're owning slivers of thousands of companies, diversified like a restaurant sampler versus all-in on one risky dish. No need for expert status or weekend earnings dives. Bet on economic growth, historically solid long-term. Low fees mean more money compounds for you. A 2% annual fee over 30 years. Tens of thousands evaporated. Consistency trumps genius. Steady gains over home run swings. Not sexy, but effective. The 65%, mastering your essential living expenses. Shifting gears to the 65%, this chunk funds your core living costs. It's where most folks win or flop in money management, as expenses sneakily balloon to match income. You know the drill. Score a raise, and suddenly your apartment feels cramped, your car outdated. That luxe vacay deserved. Boom. You're earning more, but stressed the same. Economists call it lifestyle inflation. I liken it to Parkinson's law. Expenses expand to fill available income. The 65% cap is your shield, enforcing mindful spending to safeguard saving, investing space. Keeping essentials at 65%, tough in pricey cities where rent gobbles 40-50%. But constraints spark creativity. Room made up, commute farther for cheap rent, buy used wheels over new. Not glamorous, but they carve wealth-building room. What counts as essentials? Housing, transport, food, utilities, life's must-haves, streaming, gyms, dining out? Nope, those are elsewhere. Housing's the beast, non-negotiable, but adequate beats, perfect. Wealthy life below means early on. An extra 200-month rent? Tens of thousands lost to investments long-term. Transport. US average car payment tops $700 month. Nuts for a depreciating asset. Swap for $300 month used ride, and that $400 difference at reasonable returns? Over $60,000 in 10 years. Shiny new car, not so appealing now. Food. From survival to splurge. Eat to live, but skip 15's Avo toast or nightly takeout. Wealthy cook home often, dine out as treats. Goal. Intentional spending here frees space for fun without skimping on wealth. No monk life, just smart choices. The 20%, your guilt-free fun fund. Finally, the 20%, arguably the system's unsung hero despite guilt vibes. This is your green light to save a life sans financial sabotage. Entertainment, hobbies, impulse buys, joy bringers. Why budget fun when you could invest it all? Psychology and longevity. All-in savers burn out, ditching plans like crash dieters who binge. The 20% averts that cycle, permitting enjoyable spends guilt-free. Knowing 20% is for fun lets you indulge without goal derailment. Wealth building's a marathon. Sustainable systems win over perfect but abandoned ones. Research backs it. Flexible spenders stick to savings 5x longer. Counterintuitive? Spending aids saving. Cover lattes, sprees, vacays. Intentionally, not accidentally. Life's for living, not enduring till enough. Common pitfalls. Skipping 20%, burnout, or bloating it, defeats categories. Wealthy enforce boundaries, 20% depleted. Halt. No raiding 15% or borrowing ahead, consistency shines. Addressing the I'm broke reality check. Let's get real, nobody loves this chat, but it's essential. The 15 to 65-20 sounds peachy theoretically, but if you're at 90% survival spending, it might frustrate more than help. Financial glow-ups aren't overnight revolutions. Wealthy folks didn't nail perfection. Day one, they stacked better choices over time. Can't hit 15%? Start at 5%. Essentials over 65%? Aim 75%, grind down. Habits trump exact numbers initially, adjust gradually. Beauty, scales with income, raise. Dollars rise per bucket, percentages hold. Curbs inflation while letting enjoyment. Mind blower. Most rich started average, discovering systems like this and persisting. Edge? Consistency and patience, not smarts, luck, or inheritance. Wrapping it up, make the 15 to 65-20 your reality. And there you have it. The 15-65-20 rule isn't billionaire esoterica. It's math plus discipline, rare as unicorns in practice. Kick off with doable percentages, stay consistent, let compounding work wonders. Your future self? Eternally grateful or regretting the delay, ready to act. Open your banking app now and set up those 3 auto transfers. What's your first percentage tweak? Drop it in the com.